Okay, today we will be talking about HTML, hypertext markup language. Any website today that you see in your browser is built with HTML at its core. HTML defines the structure for every document that you see online. There are pretty things like visuals and colors. That has to do more of CSS, cascading style sheets, which would be a topic for another day. Here, just focus on HTML. And we're going to focus on pretty much static documents. For the interactivity that we see in social media today, that's more to do with JavaScript programming language. Again, another topic for another day. So here I am in this environment, jsfiddle.net. If you don't like this layout, always click in the top right settings, and you can pick from different layouts here. There are some other options. I'm going to disable auto close HTML tags and auto close brackets for me because I'm teaching you that and I don't want to autocomplete. Okay, no code hinting. All right, so HTML, if you ever heard of XML, that's a format we write, and HTML is pretty much written in the XML format. So what we do is we write tags, and they can have things in between the tags, and the tags can have metadata via the attributes. Now, to keep things simple, we're going to understand what it means just by going jump right into it. So every HTML document, you probably have seen a paragraph. So that's what we're going to start off doing. Now, back in the days when the internet came out and HTML was built for the purpose of sharing scientific papers and documents. So that's where this all came from. So we refer to things as document, and that's because of that. And all these basic constructs originated from that. So that's why it might be a little bit weird if you go to social media, because what was meant to be just a static document, just like a book, was extrapolated and built upon to be something we see today as great interactivity apps such as social media and so on, where we click and many things moving around, a lot of stuff going on. So that wasn't meant for HTML in the beginning. So that's why a lot of things might seem a little bit different or weird. So let's go. So to build our first tag, we always start less than, and then we have to say the name of this tag. So it's the P tag because that stands for paragraph. Now they shorten it to just P, so you can just leave it P. Now, once you're done with the name, you have to say greater than. Now, what this is, it's an opening tag here. So you're opening a paragraph element. Another name for tags is element. So the thing in between the angle brackets, we call it element, paragraph element in HTML. Whereas you can also interchange that with tag, where I think of tag as the whole thing, including the angle brackets. Okay, so let's write some text. This is a paragraph. So whatever you write after the open tag is what the user will see in the document. Once you're done with your paragraph, you can finish off with the close tag. Now, to close a tag is pretty much almost the same as the open, except we have a slash after the less than. So we have less than slash means it's closing whatever was open previously. Now, the name of the element is P. It has to match the same as the open, and then greater than to finish it off. Now we can click in this environment in the top left, click run, and you should see in the bottom right, if you're using the same layout as me, the words, this is the paragraph. And that's precisely what I typed between the open and closing tags for the P tag. Okay. Now, if I wanted to write another paragraph, I do the same way as I did the other one. I need to start off with open tag, so less than, name of the element is P, greater than. Now I have opened the tag. I have to write the paragraph, another paragraph. And then I finish it off with the closing tag, less than slash, and then P, greater than. Now, if I click in the top left, run, so it updates, you're gonna see another paragraph just appeared below with some white space in between. Now, you might have noticed that here in the code, I didn't have any break of the line, right? But what appeared was another line. That's because in the code, it doesn't matter if you have a space here or a line break, or you have like this, all the same. You can click run in the top left, it won't matter. So you're welcome to find your own style for how you want the code to read. I think having everything in the same line is a bit too hard, especially as it gets longer and longer. So you might want to break into another line to make it easier to see. Now, this styling of the paragraph, occupying the whole row and pushing everything that comes after to another row, that has to do with CSS, cascading style sheets. And every browser has a default style for how these basic primitive elements show. And the way paragraph shows is it has the text and it is surrounded by some space to the top and to the bottom, and then it occupies the whole row. If anybody tries to stick next to it, it will push to the other line. So that's the default browser style. You might also see in the DevTools user agent, that's the browser style. Now, what we just learned is pretty much the very bare bones of HTML and how it's going to be pretty much all the way through. We're just going to add some more stuff to it, but the basic principle is we have tags, we open the tag, we might have put something in between if necessary, and we close the tag. And that's pretty much it. Now we're going to see special cases later where some tags don't need to be closed because they're self-closing, because there's no information in between the tags that we need to provide. For example, the image tag. And the way we provide information to those kind of tags is via attributes that we're going to see later.